Look at she's already on top of it.
Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
She's already on top of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, they want to hear about the Super Bowl on the new Sportz.
You know
Here
what?
he is. Here's Vic. Yeah.
You guys, crazy. Well, you know what? First of all, we're going to talk about Super Bowl. You know,
that was a ball
bouncing.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's it. That's okay. Welcome to New Sports, you guys. Actually, for us, it's our first broadcast of this segment after the Super Bowl. But yeah, we're 48 hours afterwards. But the good thing about that is, I like that. I like when you say so. You got my back. The good thing about this is, you have to look at what happens. You know, the pre-hype of Super Bowl is all Ray Lewis, Baltimore, the emotion, the whole thing, the love, hate, the obstruction of justice, hanging over his head, the deer, antler spray, and all that. But now it's post. And when you go post, you got to say what's the trending. I guess you can say environment. You can say tweets and everything else. But there's some hateration out there, man, and there's some surprising stuff that's going on. So I decided to say, let me just go after what I call surprising Super Bowl. How can you say trending backlashes? And we're just going to I'm going to hit the first four. I'm going to run through them real quick. Mario's going to hit them. And we're going to see which one clicked with you or you didn't know or that you feel it's a surprise to you. And the first one that got me, Keyshia Cole hating on Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams, on stage. And you have to think about this. What she said basically was, this is her tweet now. I think I was frightened to blink for a second. Then Michelle sung and woke my ass up from my days. Cole exclaimed to over 200,000 followers on the social networking website Twitter. She's always effing up the groove. And she got a backlash from the Twitter sphere against what she did. So it really turned against her. So let me just say this. You have to tell me, is that shocking? Was that intentional? Or did she just assume?
It's not shocking. It was intentional. She's just expressing her critique of the performance. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I found people all over the place. I was actually amazed. I had people tell me, did you hate Beyonce's performance?
What?
And then I had other people say, didn't you love Beyonce's performance? So let me just say this. Obviously, out there in the world, there's a full variety of people.
Of cuckoo.
Of people who want. Well,
perfect, Jhezrel.
I don't think everybody even wants the same thing for the Super Bowl halftime. I think that's part of it. But a lot of people who had differing opinions on the performances, and let's just say this. Keyshia's a singer herself. So she's going to voice her opinions about group performances. Most of the time, people give mediocre performances to me that we tend to be accepting of. Okay? I actually happen to really like the performance, but I really liked Beyonce's performance. I wasn't so sure how I felt about the other members of Destiny's Child when they were up there. I know the look didn't work for me.
Which look?
Of the other two.
Okay, now before you go any further, because I want to give it.
In other words, I'm just saying as a man.
You're talking of two stories here.
No, I like.
Because that's what people were responding to.
Right, and I knew
some people thought the performance was one thing.
Right.
Of Beyonce, but then of the other members, remember, because they appeared as part of that performance.
But you're actually addressing what Keyshia Cole is pointing out on one individual. So the point is that. So what you're saying, Mario?
It was moving better for the other girls showed up.
Okay, let me say
that's the truth to me too.
Let me go over here to Jhezrel real quick because Jhezrel is the Beyonce fan, and if you talk about anything connected with her, you may have to back up a little bit because you roll, don't you?
Yeah.
And you like her legs because she gets training from you. Right?
I like Beyonce.
Okay.
Oh, I like her too.
But I do want to say that so you'll know that I'm not biased. I used to not like Beyonce when she was first in Destiny's Child. I have grown to really appreciate her. This girl is talented. She cannot be denied. Beyonce is fierce. Now, I don't know if you guys study her the way that I do, but
probably not.
No.
But then again, I bet you I study a few things you ain't studying.
You know,
everything.
I'm studying her ass.
Her whole show presentation is choreographed from every eye gesture she makes. If she moves her eyes to the left or move them to the right, that is all choreographed, and you will see it in each and every time she sings the same song. She's a seasoned pro. I love her.
Now, here's what you have to now compare. If it's so obvious what you're saying, is Keyshia Cole in her right? Because clearly Beyonce either had to slow down for the rest of her members, her brethren or girls,
which is what you do.
There is just hate because Keisha's just hating, or is it obvious that they're just not at that level of Beyonce when it comes to stage presentation?
Well,
Which one is it?
I think it's obvious. I mean, they've never been at the same level, and Michelle has been the weakest link out of all of them from the inception.
Right.
You know?
So you're pointing
It's
something
not
out.
new.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Now,
And Keyshia, by the way, Vic, if you notice, she didn't criticize Beyonce.
No.
She said, see, the issue was the girls kind of holding back. And I thought it was great nostalgic. When Beyonce came out with all the other young girl dancers,
Right.
all the girls was hot. The
Right.
dancing was superb.
Right.
She was coming on like she was trying to make up for the inauguration.
Okay.
She was trying to make up for the inauguration by just trying to overdo the show.
She didn't have
Come
to
super hard. Well, that's the way she was performing like. She was performing like she had she had something to prove.
Right. Yes, she
and
did.
and they set an incredible movement energy level. And then when the girls joined her from Destiny's Child, at first as a man, their looks didn't keep up with the other background girls at all. So there was a noticeable drop off as a man. You said,
Oh, I didn't notice it like
well,
that.
the guys did, okay? Let me tell you, all the guys did. They said, there's also ran.
Okay.
Okay, but Beyonce still was getting her respect.
Well, let me do this. DeVeaux, I want you to chime in. Remember, you had your wonderful experience on the red carpet with Keyshia Cole, but we're not going to go there.
No, we're
Gonna
not
leave that
going
alone.
Yeah, we'll leave it alone.
Did she remember her name?
Shut up. Yes, I did.
Yes, she did. I got your back, DeVeaux. Go ahead.
I have a different perspective on it. Whether she was right or not, Keyshia, I think doing what she did was inappropriate.
Right.
Okay.
Giving your opinion?
That's all I'm have to do is give my opinion.
No, I mean, but it's inappropriate to give an opinion.
It's inappropriate to put it like that. That's something, if she felt that way about Michelle, she should have dealt with her on that level. To go ahead and just rag on an artist, that's out there, obviously, just like her, a woman of color. Do we have to fight ourselves amongst ourselves? You don't let people see that. This industry is only thing that really people of color have that has excelled so quickly and so nicely. Let's all just get along. If you don't really like her, you know what I mean? Tell her to her face.
So,
you don't have to blast her like this and then let the white people say, oh, there goes them
it's only
sisters
a
fighting
tweet.
again.
So you're
I
saying,
don't care what it is.
So if you don't like
It's
somebody,
media.
you owe it to them to hide that.
I think that
That's
we,
what you're saying.
as a people,
And tying
should
that
try.
into race.
Shut up! I'm talking. I
This
think that
sounds
we,
like
as
bullshit.
a people, I don't care what it sounds like with you. I think we, as a people, we have been ridiculed so hardly, and that we don't get along, and we have no cohesiveness. We can't get. You know what the thing is. Don't give it away. Forget you. Give myself an applause.
So,
Give me that.
an artist tweeting her opinion on somebody's performance has been tied to the racial integrity of all of black people. Thank you. I'm great. It takes a stretch for me.
My point is, no. I think she shouldn't have put it on tweet. I don't care what you say.
Put it
Mario.
on tweet.
Whatever.
Okay.
She should-
All right.
You know
So
what?
you shouldn't tweet your opinions about people's music performances, according to the
You
vote.
should not.
So that's wholly back to black race.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with you, Vic.
Yeah, okay, because Victor, I don't care how you look at it.
Right.
Okay, you want to think that I'm just whatever, Mother Earth, yes I am. But I know that people of color, we have a hard way to go. And they say
What
we
does this
don't
have to do with people
get
of color?
along. Because they're two sisters on the stage.
So two black women, she's expressing her opinion over performance.
I said what I said.
I did too, and I gave
She
my
didn't have
response.
to say nothing, all right?
There's
You know what, DeVeaux?
No, you can't give me no fart sounds. Forget you,
Thank
Mario.
you.
Let me just go ahead.
Jerry
and
Springer
Well,
on line
thank you.
1, Max said.
That's cool. I love it.
Thank you.
You know what? I love your passion, DeVeaux, because when you can tell your body language is in it, and I love this because the part that you have to look. I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. I'm just here to. I think
And
you're
besides,
exactly.
Mario, it's my opinion. Get off of my shore, okay? Get
No,
on
no.
your own boat. I was not talking
Right.
when you made your point. You were all blah, 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 and I was
You're
very
allowed
quiet.
to have your opinion, and
I
you're
wasn't
also
gonna
allowed to
roll all
be
over your
ridiculed for
work.
that.
I don't need to be ridiculed by you. I'm saying, Victor, ask me a question, not you.
Like I said, you are certainly welcome to have any opinion you want. You're
Thank
also
you.
welcome to be held in ridicule for that.
You should let
you
me
know
say
what?
my piece
What a good
without
thing.
ridicule.
You can.
Well, the good
It's
part-
hard to not gag.
Let me tell you what I think is great about what you're doing. It's exactly the fuel you need to make yourself prevalent because you have to look at it. For Keyshia, it moves her up. So she's had some success
Not
with
in
this.
DeVeaux's
but
eyes.
see, remember
But how many Keyshia
But
records
I know
has DeVeaux
that
bought in her
bad
life?
press. I know that bad press is the best press. Okay, so I know that too. But my point is, on the bottom line, and Mario, you can agree or not agree. Everybody has the right to speak whatever they want.
Yeah.
And it's really sad that she chose this way to speak. 'Cause she
So
could have
everybody
done-
has the right to
She could have
speak,
said,
and it's sad that she
could
chose
have
to
said,
speak.
I enjoyed
makes sense,
performing
Mario.
with Beyonce.
But that's not what she
could have
felt.
said that.
Why should she lie?
Okay, maybe
No,
she
I'm
did.
saying-
To make everybody
No,
feel
makes
good?
sense.
No,
Makes
maybe she
sense.
did enjoy it with Beyonce. You said she didn't mention
She
Beyonce.
just criticized the performance. What
And
she
didn't
said,
give a-
and for that she's now indicted for all of Black
No, she-
America womanhood.
You know what, Mario? You can
so
take it and stretch it all over the planet like you want to.
You
I
just
don't
said
care.
it was two
I have
sisters.
A point. Now let's move
A
on.
very weak
Just so you
one.
guys remind you guys, this is New Sports. It's the talk around sports, and as you can see,
I didn't say you got shit to do with sports.
Max said check him out for weapons.
Let me say this. All right, let me go over to the next one. This is a cut and dry one because I have 4 parts, and I may not be able. I may carry this off tomorrow for part 2 because we spent so much time on the first one.
Yes, we did.
Well,
Sorry.
now there is. Now let me give you to Beyonce. Let me bow to you. I told somebody.
Yes!
I said one thing I have to give to her. When she did that catwalk strut, which is what she's known for.
I thought she was
on
gonna
the stage
fall.
arrays, those pumps this high,
Yes.
and she crossed those knees.
Yes.
I said, this is like, she's military. She's not leaning to the
She
left.
took
not to the
lessons
right.
from Tina Turner.
She took it to the next level.
Better
Now,
than Tina Turner.
now, with that being
I
said,
don't know about that.
with that being said, how many of us agree that the backlash from parents, because you have children now, saying that the outfit is a trampy outfit?
Come on,
Half those
don't
parents,
even
their daughter
get me
got this outfit.
started. Okay, this is some BS.
Go right ahead.
Are parents actually saying that, or are you just trying to stir up some
I'm- look,
controversy?
There are
No,
people who thought it was
no.
too sexy.
Yeah,
There are
I'm
people
saying.
who thought it was too sexy a halftime show if it's supposed to be a
But
family
cheerleaders
performance.
look like that. What do they
Cheerleaders look like that.
Like I said,
She
look
just
at
has
The same
at
thing
the
gets
out-
expressed about the NFL and NBA cheerleaders.
Oh,
Okay, well then
Well,
those
there you
people
go.
need to go take a hike somewhere. Come on, this is
There
an
are people who
adult
feel like it's not a
game.
family.
It's an adult game. It's not a family thing.
Well, no,
It's
the
an
Super
adult
Bowl is
game.
actually supposed to be a family show,
Is
and
it?
the demographics go down into
Well, I get that's why
preteens.
they had that problem when Janet Jackson had the malfunction. It was a big thing.
Yeah, the malfunction.
But you don't really see the Super Bowl as being like for children, and children are exposed to people
Well,
wearing whatever that was. She had
People
on.
involved in now, for at least for the young folks involved in sports, like young football players. Remember, those go all the way down into your pre-adolescent group.
Yeah, but the point is, there was nothing inappropriate about the outfit.
And I have nothing wrong with young pre-adolescent males masturbating to pictures like this.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that. It doesn't bother me. If my son says, if I go in my 14-year-old's room and he's got giant negligees, pictures of Beyonce, I pretty much don't have a problem with that.
Exactly.
I'm like,
It's better than
my
them.
boy.
It's better than
Go
them
get him, son.
masturbating to some
Like-
crazy
Like what?
bestiality kind of stuff. You know,
Like what?
Yeah, that could
Like
be
I
true.
watched that piece on Jeffrey Dahmer. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay, let them masturbate. I mean, masturbation is natural. Children do it. 2-year-olds do it. You just gotta like sit them in a room and let them do it.
Thank you for that was my masturbation consultant.
Like I said, this
You
is
grip it,
sports.
she'll strip it.
It's sports.
This
that went
is
to
sports.
masturbation.
Thank you, Jesse.
Somehow, so you guys know that I didn't bring this up. It's nowhere in my doctrine and where I was going to talk about the big M word. All
But
right.
you know what? My question is, if those outfits were in a different color, like maybe floral or
Yeah.
something more
And
lively,
not
would they
so
have said the same?
dominatrix.
Yeah, because it's all black, so that gives you the dominatrix look. Opposed to if it had flowers on it or
Yeah,
they
they
were
wouldn't have any
pink and
problem.
whatever, they would be like, "Oh, they're so cute."
Okay, let me do this real quick without
Look at the ice skaters. Look at what ice skaters wear, and that's family fun.
Well,
Come
I
on,
must
this is
admit I've
ridiculous.
missed the recent ice
Okay,
skating.
but you get my point.
But it's
Bull
like
crap.
ice cream colors.
I
that
know
they wear.
having a female play Peter Pan It's causing a lot of confusion for people out there. And that latest ice skating thing going around, they have the female, was it Retton playing Peter Pan? So it's causing a lot of confusion for people out there.
Well, you know what?
Tinkerbell, they all kind of don't know where to go with this.
This is unbelievable. I might have to go on because this is crazy. Let me just say this. PMC says, thank you, Jhezzy, when we just cleared that topic with masturbation. He just said thank you. Now, let's go on.
For masturbation.
Yes, it was.
He said he feels better now.
He feels better now. That's what I'm saying. All right, we're going to go over to the next one. It's simple. This is very simple. Over-the-top media coverage as it relates to Ray Lewis, because there has been a backlash. The percentages going into the football game had more that were kind of not anti, but not in behind Ray, so to speak. And so when the numbers came out where they looked at what was the top sports moments of the Super Bowl, they had 5 categories. His was last. Is that a backlash because he also has the obstruction of justice regarding the unsolved murder 10 years ago? Deer antler spray, which it didn't prove to be true, was a lie. It was all hype for the guy in the company.
Yeah, and how is that you can use whatever natural he used some deer spray supposed to make him enhancing.
Yeah, he just went there to get his company, and he did get 650,000 plus hits on his company. So he did it in a timing wise, and actually said he texted Ray to say good luck in the Super Bowl. It's his way of reaching out, but Ray didn't respond for obvious reasons. And bottom line, was it too much Ray Lewis in this one, Mario?
I mean, no. I mean, Ray didn't do it, right. And it was if it's not the top story, it's in the top 3.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it's a matter of opinion. Even though, like I said, a lot of it is the media's hype. He didn't do it. I thought he responded appropriately. Deer antler spray, using a product that no one in the scientific community thinks does anything anyway.
I don't
Who
either.
Cares?
Right.
That you can go give yourself colonics, eat oatmeal, whatever you want to do. It's okay. Okay.
It's all propaganda.
Right. And then and involving the whole issue of the obstruction of justice issue, most people do not know the full story. I've attempted at times to research parts of it. It's still hard to get a clear story.
Right.
Certain things are at least clear to me.
Yeah.
There was some involvement with the people, his associates.
Right.
And no one thought it was him for the most part.
Yeah.
But that you know how it is when you are a public figure, people make careers.
Yes.
Right.
Out of bringing people down.
Right.
So there was no question in my mind. There was at least a decision made to do everything they could to destroy him. Okay. At least we know that was clear.
Yeah, we know.
Regardless of whether he was guilty or not,
right.
The people involved had decided they were going to try to destroy him.
Right.
So there was biases on the beginning.
Right.
Okay, that were there.
From Sandra Bullock's movie?
No,
that's not it.
But he was in the game, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
we were pointing him out. He was on the winning team. He's on Ray Lewis's team.
Okay.
He's the offensive tackle, Michael Orr.
Yeah.
So it may be. It's hard to get any issue, even though the part of that Ray talks about very frankly, at least relatively, because it's not very frank, because he doesn't talk about it. Is when it happens with the people that you associate with.
Right. I agree.
And when you're coming up.
Right.
Let's just say, many of us would not wish to be judged by our friends. Most of us don't want to be judged by the people we slept with.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, please don't judge us by them. So, okay, can we at least be judged for our own things? But we know that who you associate with is an issue, and he's spoken to this. He's one of the people who counsels athletes. And by the way, many people don't realize that he also is the one who convinced Michael Phelps, your Olympic swimmer, to come back and do the 4 years. So there's no question whether or not, even though he may have made some of these mistakes, that he has been involved, at least in the most recent, relevant parts of his life, we think, with very good efforts. If he did something wrong here, and he may have, he certainly seems to have been a person who changed and has spent what appears to be an obvious 15, 20 years, Vic, right?
Yeah.
Trying to do his best to be a different person in the public.
Right.
So that's the part that gets me. You can say a brother started out with a bad beginning, but when you watch him year after year after year
Yeah.
after year, bust their ass
Right.
to try to create a positive image, there is a point in time in which you say, I forgive you.
Yeah, no, look.
Even if you did do it.
The part that is more important, and DeVeaux, I don't know if you are following Ray Lewis or not.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it.
I just want to just say for the most part, it's very difficult. But if you listen to the Tim Tebow effect last year, where he is squeaky clean, there was a backlash against him. So I'm already used to the.
And
fact.
who the hell is squeaky clean?
Yeah, and when I'm just
That means you just don't know. That's the way we ain't see what you like yet. That's all squeaky clean mean to me. You at home at night dressing up like Popeye and doing all kind of.
Let me just say this:
shit.
we know it's always a backlash, and sometimes backlashes get the public to get behind you. DeVeaux, how do you feel about the Ray Lewis? As far as the Super Bowl as a story, and just in short, how did it affect you?
I agree with PMC. It's hateration. Like he said, big up Ray. Shut them up with a win.
That's simple. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. Let me go over to the last one. This is just a surprising story because I just never thought it would be a trend, and it's for the nerds. So we have to fit something in here for the people who are considered nerds. And that
would be Mario.
So let me just say how it
Geek
rolls.
is a term that is actually considered not to be a negative term. Nerd has a negative connotation, so we actually prefer geek.
Look at it, he said, I prefer. He's correcting you.
He's correcting me because he knows he's won.
Oh.
And he doesn't want to be called it too harsh, so we'll just call it.
I don't mind. I like being known as harsh.
You know what? And let me just go before
I'm a
segue
former man. I like to be known
harsh.
as an ass kicker. I find that flattering.
Well, look, I am not knocking the manufacturer.
This is new sports.
Right, I know. I'm not knocking the manufacturer, but this came in, and it's not really sports, but I just want to let you know everything now is connected. It transfers over. I just got to give a little love out to Samsung Galaxy Note smartphone with tablet commercial, because it was a commercial that ran during the Super Bowl, so it fits in the sports category. What they're saying is the backlash came when they start using the commercial with the stylus and the stylish writer, which people who are in present day technology says that's been done, burnt, 5-6 years old, fail. So I was shocked that they responded this way. Mario, you're a techie.
It really has to do with the population intended for.
Yeah.
See, the people who responded negatively are the people who are using smartphones for everything that they do, just regular daily people. But the artists, the people who do certain kinds of specific things with the smartphone, your finger, unless you got fingers where you're doing rectals on little pygmy mice.
Rectals.
So your finger is not pointed enough for most artists to really draw. And now, because everybody's doing things on a smartphone, there are people who want to do really fine-tipped, things. And for that, they're trying to put in where you could use a stylus or other pointed objects.
Well, I just saw the other day that iPhone has a stylus, and it kind of caught
for the same reason.
Surprise.
It's for the people who actually, not just you and I who are doing stuff on the, but when you're an artist and you say you like notice here, people who want to draw, who want to do art on a smartphone, definitely have to have a stylus because you want different tips. And you could actually then use the software to choose a different kind of a tip, how broad, the color. So that's where all that's coming from. It's not really intended for the everyday people.
Well,
but a lot of them, feel like it is.
It's like with everything. People are always opening their mouths and voicing
they don't know anything
their
about it.
opinions, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Okay.
My point exactly.
There we go.
I'm just sick of people.
Okay, hey, look, you know what? The only reason why I don't want to elongate this because you guys took it to another level.
And Mario's answers are always 10 minutes long.
Mario, let somebody else talk. What is this, the Mario Hemsley show?
Actually, yes. It actually is.
Hey, you guys, I wish I could go on longer.
We will have the DeVeaux show coming up for those of you interested in painted scars and herbal tea.
You see, I don't control this bunch. They do their own thing. Thank you so much. Have to give out a lot of love. Ran long.
And say that PMC agreed with you, Mario, okay? It's really hard to do the keyboard with his iPhone, so he agrees with that 10-minute speech.
Yeah, some people need a stylus. It's actually 3 minutes, but
I'm done.
Consider the source.
Take me out of here, man. You guys are extra. Oh, man, I should have did a part 2 on that.
Everybody. Yeah. New Sportz. How do you feel about Ray Lewis?
Killing the
How do you feel?
That phone.
How do you feel about Ray Lewis?